him thou gavest commandment to love thy way, which he transgressed, and immediately thou appointest death in him and his generations.
Right, why do we die? Because of sin. That's why we die. You can't stop death. I don't care how great your science becomes. You cannot find the fountain of youth. In fact, you had it in your grips at one time, but you destroyed it. The gold used to flow through the rivers of America, but the so-called filthy white man came and destroyed everything they touched.
And just to give a quick point, Esau, the so-called white man, had the kingdom.
He had it.
You gave it away for some beans.
Raw meat.
Raw meat. Some lentils and uncooked meat.
Showing that you don't even have the fucking patience to wait for something to finish cooking.
And you don't value it. Like, how can you have something you don't value? You would waste it.
That's why they don't even value their own country.
Their own people.
America's about to be destroyed, but none of these people are signing up to go to war.
But look at North Korea.
Oh,
3 million.
3 million?
And that country is only about 10 million, 15 million strong. And you know the rest of them are children or elderly that didn't sign up.
Come on.
So I'll start from the top. The second Ezra is 3 and 7. And unto him thou gavest commandment to love thy way, which he transgressed, and immediately thou appointest death in him.
And see, he's Adam, he's the father of all. So then he, once he sinned, everybody catches death. That's why even the heathens catch death. Because they're all of the seed of Adam.
But there's a separate seed of Adam who's reserved for a special judgment. And in his generations, of whom came nations, tribes, people, and kindreds out of number.
I mean, you can't count them. In fact, second Ezra, I believe it is, it says that not all the people can live at one time on this earth. There's so many people, there's so many generations, they can't live on the same earth at one time. That's how great the Most High is. You know, but see, that's the pride of Esau, that they think that they can control even the Most High.
That's why they push that YOLO spirit, because they can't comprehend even 3 generations back, let alone 40, let alone 500. However many the Most High set up from the beginning, they can't comprehend that. Verse 8, and every people walked after their own will and did wonderful things before thee.
And that's what you see today. All these people are walking after their own will. This ain't a unit. Look at them, they're all doing their own thing. Everybody's out here, got their own agendas.
But they're preaching unity at the same time.
Right.
But the brother said, we were talking about this our convocation. That's chaos, that's chaotic. That's literally saying, I'm over here and I'm over here at the same time. You can't do that. You're either here or you're there.
They even have that saying, 1 foot in the grave and 1 foot out.
But that's the mindset of the current day person today. They think that, oh, I'm already dead, so let's live it up. That makes no sense.
But as soon as they have to pay for what they've done,
I'm sorry.
They start crying. But all them tears, they don't find no repentance.
Because they don't mean, like you said, they're vain. They mean nothing. You weren't crying when you were still doing all that wickedness. Like, Lord, stop me from doing this. I don't want to transgress your word, but I can't help it. Please, I'm begging you. You weren't doing that. You were having all the fun in the world. And then when judgment came, Lord, I'm sorry, I didn't know. No, you fucking knew. Because the Most High told you through his prophets. Verse 9, and again in process of time, thou broughtest the flood upon those that dwelt in the world. Right, how did he judge the wicked before? Through water, he flooded the whole entire earth, except he spared 8. So how much more is he going to bring fire, and he's going to leave none but a remnant of Israel? And then, like the brother said, he spared 8. Those 8 weren't beamed up in the chariots. Once the fire comes, if you're on that chariot, you're destroyed. Unless you're one of those elites that's reserved for straight slavery. that's why I don't understand, like, that fear of just saying that. How can you not feel that?
Because people ain't real today. They're fake. That's why they got fake hair, fake nails, fake breasts.
That's why sex robots are becoming bigger than actual women. That's why they're trying to put artificial wombs in a fucking doll. Because nobody wants real anymore. Fuck real. Real is played out. I need that fake shit. Give me some fake titties and some silicone skin.
Some fake nails, fake hair.
Because the real is defiled.
Even the food is fake now. Oh, but Esau thinks it's great. Our science is so great. Now we gotta eat fucking laboratory grown meat. No, you're a harbinger of death is what the so-called white man is.
That's right!
He's a harbinger of death. And that's why he has to be put to death. Your mother was a pussy. Go ahead.
I'm gonna read it from the top. 2nd Ezra chapter 3, verse 9. And again, in process of time, thou broughtest the flood upon those that dwelt in the world and destroyedst them.
Right, you're all gonna be destroyed. Go ahead.
And it came to pass in every of them that as death was to Adam, so was the flood to these.
And that's a terrifying thing. Because just think, you never experienced death and then all of a sudden you're gonna die one day?
It's correction.
You never experienced it? What the fuck? You know, it's terrifying. I remember when I was a child, I was so terrified of death, I couldn't sleep some nights. These Edomites, these people that are very proud today, even the 2/3 of Israel, are gonna learn fear. Because once this goes full blown, you got plagues, you got UN soldiers, you can't eat, you can't find a job.
And all before you get to this.
You're gonna be it's gonna be terrifying for you.
But hey, just keep walking, right?
Yeah, you're gonna be shitting on yourself. You won't even be able to control your bowel movements because you're so terrified. You know? Good, huh? And that's part of the judgment, is that fear.
Second Ezra 3 and 11. Nevertheless, one of them thou leftest, namely Noah with his household, of whom came all righteous men. And it happened that when they that dwelt upon the earth began to multiply, and had gotten them many children, and were a great people, they began again to be more ungodly than the first.
Right, and that's how this generation is today. They're more wickeder than they were back in the day. You can see that over a 20-year span. People even call the 1950s the good old days, because this place today ain't shit but a shithole. You know? So how much more does the Lord want to destroy this place when he wanted to destroy the beginning of the generations, you know?
Because if you think about it, when Adam first learned what sin actually was, he was all spirit at that point. He knew no evil. So he started to dwell in it, and when he finally died, he got to a certain point. Well, his children that he brought up were raised in that. So they just continued it and got further and further away from righteousness. That's how the children get worse and worse, to the point where you got our people getting popped in the ass for a fucking contract.
There's no negotiating with these people out here.
None.
No negotiating. All these other countries are declaring war on America every freaking day. And they still can't get it through their thick skulls that America ain't gonna last forever. China just dropped the US dollar. That's a war.
The government's threatened to shut itself down again.
So what was this about fake silicon?
Yeah, the world you live in now is an artificial world. Your food you eat, fake chi-chis.
That's how it started. Yeah. First it started with Botox, which is it's called botulism toxin. It's an organism that you inject in the skin, and what it does is it paralyzes your nerve endings. So when people inject Botox in their face or their skin, they're killing themselves. Just to appear.
You don't even have to go that deep, because honestly, the food you eat, that's artificial.
Well, have you ever seen natural wild corn?
We're not eating natural food.
No. Are you walking on natural ground?
No.
Is this soil?
Oh, you know what?
Is that a natural sky?
Can I say something? I work for a construction company. I'll tell you how much fucking poison this is on the ground.
The concrete. In fact, you touch it when it's wet, it'll burn your skin.
When this concrete actually delivers the acidity off of it, goes into the drinking water.
Right.
Or if it's in the summer, it gets evaporated up into the air.
You cannot take that shit out of the drinking water.
How much prescription drugs are in drinking water?
Huh.
Man.
So no, this place is not real. Everything here is artificial. The way you live is artificial.
I work in a construction company. I'll tell you how artificial it is. What I see, I live in the streets. Because I will not live in an apartment building that is made out of this artificial bullshit.
Hey, the best part is, I like your decision, like, you're denouncing this, but even on the streets, they're starting to affect you now, where they're spraying all these pesticides. There's no bugs. They're still killing you right now. If you look straight up right now, there's a chemtrail going right now. So you can't escape it. You literally go from asbestos to lithium. What's the difference?
To aluminum.
I can't breathe aluminum and lithium. I can't breathe asbestos.
Shit, the products that women put on their skin are poison.
Placenta.
I'll tell you something. Like I said, I work in a construction business.
So do I.
These people will not give you one of those masks that you have to.
No, you know why? Because they got insurance on you.
Because, can I tell you something? Within 1 year, you can actually suffer from unconsistent lungs.
Yeah.
In the body, tissues.
If I'm gonna say something, I work in construction too. I just got off a 12-hour shift yesterday. You wanna know what they're doing? They're chipping drywall. They're sweeping up around. They're painting. You need a class mask for that.
You know that
they don't provide masks.
You know that floor sweep?
Yeah, it's toxic.
That's supposed to condense.
Yeah, it's toxic.
The concrete powder shit.
It's toxic.
Now you're inhaling another product that is a toxic.
Hey,
but what do they do? They just throw it down.
Can I share something with you? The Holy Spirit shared with me yesterday.
I remember you.
Yes, hi. I don't have my hat right now, so I just... sorry, I'm not trying to... Okay. So something the Holy Spirit shared with me yesterday was... so I was reading in the New Testament, it said women should wear head coverings, right? Because Christ is the head of woman, and so it's
the man.
Or Christ is the head of the church.
The Messiah is the head of the man.
The man's the head of the woman.
The head of the woman. That's why women are supposed to be married. Every time you come up here, we tell you you're supposed to be married. That's the salvation of women, according to the Bible.
Right, and so I'm married to Christ, but
no, only men are married. Only the elect men. Actually,
the bride, which is the elect men.
The bride is men.
Yeah.
We're getting into spiritualism right now. You're taking it for face value when it's deeper than that. When he says the bride, like, I have espoused you one bride, he's talking about the elect men that are supposed to be just like him, that are following him just like a woman would follow her husband.
Yeah, it's not women, it's men.
It's men. Men who devote themselves. But that's what we're telling you now. It's men who devote themselves to the word and will of the Most High. No, that's the bride.
This time right here, they're going to come out these tribes.
Right.
All right?
Yeah.
And what you're going to do is you're going to have the elect men, that's the 144,000.
Right.
And then the 1/3 are the women and children and the friends of the prophet of the 144,000. That's why we tell you.
You're not included in that.
This is where you would be, or this is what you
And then what happens if you're a part of
These are the ones reserved for the second death.
this death? We're reading about it right now.
And that's the spirit that should come up at this time. Because you're not coming up in an objective way. You're trying to learn. And that's what we're doing.
Yeah, this is what we're declaring. In fact, it's even more present today. As you knew, China dropped the American petrodollar, right?
I haven't.
Do you know that?
Well, yeah, she's...
Oh, well, China, January 18th, China declared that they dropped the American petrodollar. Well, guess what happens with that? America is forced to go to war because they're saying your money's no good no more.
Because you know who else? China, it's not the fact that China dropped the dollar. It's the fact that they won't trade with the US dollar with anybody.
No more.
And China used to trade with Iran, Saudi Arabia.
Where's all your goods
UAE,
come from?
Russia. They traded with the dollar. The only reason the dollar is still afloat today is because of the petrodollar. The petrodollar is
how they buy oil, crude oil.
That's how they buy oil. So if I say I want to buy 10 barrels of oil, you have to use the dollar right now.
Yeah.
Not anymore. They have the petrol.
Oh, you go into a liquor store. Say you go into a liquor store, right? Say you got Monopoly money. Can you put it down and they accept it? No, but you got to have the currency that they require. I need a real American money.
No.
Well, now China is saying we don't accept that no more.
We want yuan. We want real yuans. Now, soon it's going to be like that all over. We don't accept dollars anymore. We want real money. That's what they're going to start saying. We don't want that fake shit. Everybody knows the U.S. dollar is a fake currency. It's
and that America is
it's already happening. You're living in it.
This is what's going to happen.
This is all this is leading up to this.
This seems like something so far from my past that I can't understand.
Because there's nothing new under the sun. This literally is the Roman Catholic system where everybody was to be accounted for. It's called the census.
They even give a form of that when they do Ash Wednesday. Everybody goes in there, they get marked on their head. That's a form, that's a symbolism of this mark.
Because you're marking yourself saying, okay, I'm marked here.
Who's the same, you know who the same people that are going to put that chip in you are the same
mark your forehead with the chip. That's the mark of the beast.
Yeah. Is this RFID chip in your hand or your forehead?
There's no Ash Wednesday in the Bible.
No, there is. Yeah,
in 2 Ezra chapter 3 verse 13. Now when they lived so wickedly before thee, thou didst choose thee a man from among them whose name was Abraham.
Right. So he selected, the Most High selected a man amongst all the wicked people on the earth. That's why it's very small. It's not a whole church. You know how the Christians, they think it's everybody? No, it's a very small number.
You gotta have mercy on, he has mercy on, right?
Exactly.
You're gonna be what you're gonna be.
No, that's a demon. That's a demon on you. Get that out your mind. It matters. Everybody plays their part. Pharaoh was chosen to have his heart hardened. It didn't mean that he didn't care about the Most High.
Like America was created to be destroyed.
It doesn't mean that America wasn't meant to do something. It was created to be destroyed. It was literally created to be the greatest evil that ever was. That's a purpose. Now, America doesn't want that purpose, and that's where we're at right now. The Most High is pissed. He said, I gave you a job to do.
And honestly, with you,
you're not doing it.
You're either you're hearing this word and you're receiving it, or you're being damned. You're being condemned.
Which means judged.
You keep walking up, and this is the gates of heaven, literally. These camps.
So what happens after we're destroyed?
If you're an Israelite, you'll be birthed back.
But what if I'm not?
Then you're going to go into slavery.
And that's the fear of the Most High.
That's the two options.
Slavery to what?
Slavery under the Israelites.